So the next thing that I did after unboxing the guitar was doing what they call a dry build. So essentially, you just go through and check that all the parts fit. So I go through and make sure all the tuning pegs fit correctly in the headstock. Then after that, just check that the neck fitted properly, the neck pickup, bridge pickup, control plate, whatever the hell it's called. Then got to the scratch plate, and I couldn't get the scratch plate to fit. It's a custom one, the red one that I got, red tortoiseshell. There's Richie. What up, Richie? He's my flatmate. Yeah, so the red one didn't fit, but the black one came with the kit, and it did. So I started measuring them against each other, and then in a second I'll tape down the pick out scratch plate, whatever the fuck you call it. Pardon my French. And decided that I would whip out my Dremel and try and just like slowly trim it down. And me being me, I'm like super cautious with stuff like this. I'm also learning how to use a lot of these tools that I bought. So here's take one of trying to get it to fit. Wasn't quite right, so I got out digital calipers and then did a bit of test of that. Went back, trimmed a little more. I was using the Dremel there, and then also I've just got a flat file to kind of file it down. So I had another go, didn't work. Back to the old drawing board. Started filing away a bit more. And then I eventually got that to work. So what I did next, I wanted a block of wood that I could use with some fret markers. So I just placed that on the neck and then put a clamp on it. Eventually I just did a rough pencil mark of where all the fret marks were, the frets were, and then used a coping saw and just to make a start before I decided I'd try and use a Dremel. So this was a bit of fun too, like trying to work out how things work. I think I started off just going freehand, like this, and I was all over the place. It's pretty hilarious. And then I went, alright, I'd get out the bit that comes with it. That was a bit better. Still pretty rough, but I mean, this isn't going to go on the guitar as such. Like, it won't be on there forever. It's just a little tool that I needed, and I'll need it to build other guitars as I go. So just slowly started trimming away up this, and this was another process that it's going to be a couple of goes. This first go, and I'll take it back in a second. You got a little file too, because Dremel wasn't quite as good as I wanted. There we go, coping saw, start the marks, get out the Dremel, start making a bit of, a few grooves there, go down a bit more too as I go, get a little bit deeper. So attempt one, back to it again, have another go, went a little bit deeper, a little bit wider in the cuts too. So as I was saying before, like, it's my first time doing all this stuff, so I'm like rather be cautious and go over the top and stuff things up and not have someone to go back. So another go, and I went, nah, gonna have to remark that. And came back here, got out all the tools, like just remarking stuff, gave it another whirl. But I mean, I guess the good thing was, like, the dry build itself wasn't too bad apart from the scratch plate. I think I got it right this time. Yep. And then just clamp it up at the end, and that's dry build.